Hello, I'm Jack, and I'm here to talk to you about the theory of socionics. Throughout this course, we will be covering a comprehensive introduction to socionics, looking at the basics of the theory, and then learning how to apply it to real-life situations, including learning how to analyze your friends and famous figures. However, before we get to all that, we need to answer one thing. What the heck is socionics? Socionics is a theory of personality type created in the 1970s by Lithuanian psychologist Aušra Augustina-Viciūtė. Since the 1980s, socionics has become a popular theory in Eastern Europe, with centres in Moscow and Kiev. It's been applied to businesses, building teams of compatible personality types, as well as dating sites and analyses of historical and political figures. Socionics is one of a number of personality theories, that is, theories in psychology that focus on forming an understanding of who we are and how we differ from others, based on our personality. Some theories focus on the idea of personality existing in a number of discrete types or varieties, rather than varying amounts of different traits. In psychology, we divide personality theories into those focusing on types versus those focusing on traits. The hottest trait theory of personality is probably the Big Five, a theory constructed entirely from empirical observation that presents personality as varying amounts of 5 different traits: openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. It is perhaps the dominant model of personality in the scientific community today. In contrast, type theories have had little success with modern scientists, with popular models failing to adequately account for human differences and stand up for empirical scrutiny. The most popular type theory is the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, also known as the MBTI, well known for splitting people into one of 16 different types based on where they fall into 4 dichotomies. A dichotomy is simply the splitting of something into 2 opposites. For example, MBTI contrasts extrovert with introvert, sensing with intuitive, thinking with feeling, and perceiving with judging. The reason scientific psychological journals have largely debunked the MBTI is that people don't always fall so easily onto one side of such simplistic dichotomies. For example, lots of people, when asked if they are a socially outgoing extrovert or a more shy, quiet introvert, may say they are somewhere between the 2 of them. Indeed, attempts to collect data on people taking the MBTI as a written test tend to show a bell curve, where most people are clustered around the middle, between the clear opposites that the MBTI is trying to enforce. It's no wonder, therefore, that trait theories like the Big Five are doing so well in science. This is not to say that type theories cannot help us to understand personality. While trait theories currently have greater scientific support, they are unable to tell us about the likenesses and differences between people, beyond variations in percentage points in any given trait. Without that, it is very difficult to come to any position of the underlying motivations, or of more fundamental sense of how a person ticks. All you can know is that a person is a certain percentage more likely to use a certain set of behaviours over another set of behaviours. Good for scientific studies involving lots of people, but bad for exploring a person deeper. That's where a type theory should help. The issue with those more popular type theories like the MBTI is that they lack a robust, cohesive model for explaining how a person differs in behaviour depending on the situation. For any type theory to work scientifically, it must have the dynamism to explain how people act in real life, rather than lean back on static stereotypes. Now here's where socionics comes in. It is a type theory personality like the MBTI. In many ways it can be considered a cousin theory or successor to the MBTI, utilising 16 types and originating in the same work by Carl Jung, The Psychological Types. However, socionics builds on MBTI in that it does not begin by applying arbitrary dichotomies directly to human beings. Rather than just working out different types of personality, socionics is all about the interaction of people with the world around them. To look at types of people in socionics, you must first understand the world and how different people change their behaviour depending on their experiences within it. In short, To understand the psychology of personality type, you must first gain a grounding in the metaphysics. You might wonder what metaphysics, the work of philosophers like Kant and Plato, have to do with a personality type theory. Tune in to find out next time. Hey, thank you for watching our first video of the introductory series to Socionics. If you liked what you saw and would like to see more, click here to subscribe to our channel. And if you'd like to become a patron of our Patreon account, please click here.